will begin. Hi, guys. It's me. Yes, there we go. Dear Mr. Charles Reed, as you requested, I've researched the outbursts of hysteria and visions in the city of Oakmont, Massachusetts. It turns out that your assumptions were correct. Such cases are indeed more frequent here. Men and women from across the country are drawn to Oakmont, haunted by visions similar to yours, the city drowning in the presence of something great yet unknown. As luck has it, I believe we have stumbled upon the source of your ailment and the person who might help you with it. Prepare yourself, then come to Oakmont as soon as you can. I will meet you here to help you on your way. Cordially, Johannes Thunderberg. Okay, if I die, my last save will be loaded. Character will reappear in the closest safe zone. Didn't notice the rest of it because I was reading to you guys. Future. What is it, laudanum maybe? A little bit of visions going on. Yeah, that's a good look for those guys. Breathe, breathe. Covering your own mouth makes it difficult to breathe. That many tentacles is seldom a good thing. Presumably still another dream. Within a dream. Within a dream. I'm fine. I'm fine. I have a first aid kit and I have a brick. Okay. Brick. First aid kit. I have a brick in my hand. Really nice digs I've got here. Why won't it stay open? F is flashlight. Alright, let's check and see what we move. Run, left shift, crouch. Load flashlights, aim, interact, left click. Oh, okay, I picked up everything in there. Gunpowder, a couple of coil strings, and some shell casings. That's a gun.
Hope I never have to use it, but something tells me I will.
Me too. 38 and 6 pistol rounds. That looked like a 1911 44, actually, not a 38. Let's see what else we got over here. Doesn't appear to be anything down there. Monolith National
Never
Park.
trust a tourist advertisement.
Oakmont Monolith National Park is waiting for
Never
you.
trust a tourist advertisement. Never trust a tourist advertisement.
Yeah, I understand. I should probably never trust a tourist advertisement is what I'm saying. That's right. A folding camera. Dear Mr. Charles Reed, as you requested to research the outbursts of hysteria and visions in the city of Oakmont, Mass. Turns out that your assumptions were correct. Such cases are rare. Men and women across the country haunted by visions similar to yours, the city drowning in realms. Great. Wait, that's the message I heard earlier. Facebook. Press C to activate. Frosty welcome. I have no side cases or completed cases, and this is my case book. Mind Palace, no clues, no lore yet. Skills, I've got guns, vigor, mind, interesting, so my mind is smart packing, carry up to 25 pieces of any crafting material. Requires a knowledge point. Looks like I already got that one, though. That appears to be highlighted. No, I guess it's just defaulted, okay. Evening, guys. Vigor. Again, requires a knowledge point. Extra clip, carry 7 more pistol rounds. When close to death, slowly regenerate a limited amount of health for one last fighting chance. And then combat proficiency. Hey, work. We've got Trapper for setting traps twice as quickly. Hard-boiled detective, keep an extra bullet loaded, gaining a chance to deal double damage with the pistol. Chance 10%. All the way out here, we've got, what, like a shotgun? A trench sweeper, yeah, that's a shotgun. By the way, when the Americans brought shotguns into World War I, the Germans tried to have them declared as war crime. Using them, carrying them was a war crime. So that's for the shotgun. Got a gunslinger. Nimble fingers over here. We got a sharpshooter. Oh, Tommy gun. Oh, I look forward to a Tommy gun. Stuff with traps. Sapper charge. High yield. All right. Map. We got nothing yet. Inventory. We've got our gun. 6 rounds. We've got a first aid kit. A couple of crafting material things. All right. I've collected key evidence. Did I? Really? I guess that's just the letter from Vanderberg. I think we've got everything we can out of here. In a Lovecraft game, I'm a little concerned about something that just happens to have an eye and a pyramid. It's just normal kind of caution.
Now get out!
Well, fuck you.
Now get out!
Okay, he doesn't like me.
At last, Mr. Charles Reed.
Vanderberg?
What a pleasure to finally meet you in the flesh.
Nice to meet you.
Johannes Vanderberg, at your service. I did promise to meet you the moment you arrived.
Ah, much obliged, Mr. Vanderberg. I guess I didn't expect you to mean so literally.
Please call me Johannes. But where are my manners? Welcome to the proud city of Oakmont. Alas, now is not its finest hour, though it is its most important.
What's the deal with the city?
Reaching Oakmont was no easy task. Most maps I've found didn't mark it, and this rickety packet ship is the only one that sailed here. Why is that?
Oakmont is no ordinary place. Its unique geographical position and the flood, a recent natural disaster, make it nigh impossible to reach. But you made it, Mr. Reed. I'm sure the tides of fate would have brought you here one way or another.
That's not disturbing. The flood?
Tell me about this flood.
It began 6 months ago. Storms raged for several weeks, and the water has risen ever higher without receding.
Yeah,
Now
that doesn't make
the city
sense.
is cut off from the mainland. I must say, I
Water
rather
doesn't
like
rise in
it,
one place in the
despite
ocean.
Inconvenience.
You know, unless
Atmosphere,
Cthulhu.
You said you know someone who can help me with my problem. The visions have been getting worse.
Such vividness of dreams is not uncommon here in Oakmont. By chance, the man I spoke of, Robert Throgmorton, is already at the port. He has dedicated a lot of time and effort to
Throgmorton?
investigate this issue.
Throgmorton.
Alas, I fear he has a more pressing matter on his hands.
How can I find Mr. Throgmorton?
Don't worry, you can't miss him. Throgmorton tends to stand out from the crowd.
Need
I'll
somewhere to
need a
stay.
place to lay my head while I'm here. Any recommendations?
Fear not. I've already feathered a nest for you. There's a room in your name at the Devil's Reef Hotel. Here's the key.
Sounds charming.
Don't judge a book by its cover, Mr. Reed.
How do I get to
What's the
Devil's
best
Reef?
way to get around Oakmont? I'd like to drop my things at the hotel.
Most locals go by foot or by boat. I've got the latter sorted for you. There's one waiting outside the port.
You're too kind, Johannes. Can you steer me towards the Devil's Reef?
Take this map. I've marked the hotel and a few other key places.
What else did you
Other
mark on the map?
places? Like what?
You're a private eye, yes? Well, I've highlighted the police station, city archive, newspaper, places you'll need to get to the truth. This city is insular, its ways mysterious. No one will take you by the hand, so you better know where to turn in search of a lead.
What do you do here?
How do you fill your days,
honest.
Mr. Vanderberg?
I host a philosophy club for the like-minded intelligentsia, gathering seeds of
Wow,
thought.
philosophy club.
like
That must be a
moths
real
drawn to
moneymaker.
a flame.
Does Oakmont really have much of a market for philosophy these days?
There is no consciousness without pain, Mr. Reed. No better moment for clarity than times of hardship.
Well, that's it for now, I think. Thanks
I
for
resisted
helping me
the
get
urge
my
to comment
bearings.
on his
No,
suit.
no. The pleasure was mine, Mr. Reed.
Oh, before you go, how can I get in touch with you later?
Don't worry about that. I'm the kind of man who finds you.
Now, he's not ominous at all. Alright. Oh, the ship is called the Charon. Which, if you're not aware of it, is the name of the ferryman in hell. Salvation Harbor. That must be the police. Hospital. Newspaper. That's probably the inn. Port. I'm here. There's my boat. Oh, lovely. We just leave giant squid laying around on the port. And eggs of some kind, I think. Yeah, that's not gross at all. Oh. Danger. Ah, you can mark them. Hotel room. A key to a room. Where's the actual room, then? I assume that's it, but I don't know. They don't let me click on the thingies to see what's where. Find Robert Throgmorton. Oh, okay, there it is. That guy appears to be praying to the sea. It's pretty common. See that in a lot of big towns. Not really, no.
I don't care about your petty excuses. No one leaves the port until my son is found, and that is final.
Excuse me. Are you Robert Throgmorton?
I am, but not interested. Go away.
The name's Charles Reed. I'm a private investigator, just arrived from Boston. I was told you might be able to help me.
Private investigator, you say? Well, perhaps we can help each other.
Yes, he does stand out in the crowd a little bit.
If I may ask, what happened to your son?
Why do you care? What's your angle, outsider?
Well, like I said, I'm a PI. Finding people is kind of my specialty.
Is it? Well, Albert was part of a deep-sea expedition I commissioned. This useless fool over here says he found Albert washed ashore in a lifeboat. Says he was barely conscious, out of his mind, talking gibberish in some other language. That he even tried to bite him.
Yeah,
You don't
imagine
believe
that.
him.
Your son
Complete
biting someone.
malarkey. I know my Albert. I raised him strong and smart, the best of his kind. It couldn't have been him. Albert's disappearance is the work of Innsmouthers. Mark my words.
Or the
I
Innsmouthers.
take it you're not the biggest fan of these Innsmouthers.
Those fish-faced freaks have overrun this city since the police burned Innsmouth to the ground. But now, those filthy migrants occupy half this damned city. The port, Grimhaven Bay,
Grimhaven
Salvation
Bay,
Harbor,
lovely.
the shells, they are everywhere.
So they're just refugees.
Hardly. They've taken work from the local fishermen. They stir and agitate against us, the Throgmorton family. We are the pillar of this community.
Yeah.
Not to mention that crime rates have skyrocketed. Simply speaking, they are a big stinking pile of trouble.
So I've been having these visions. I was told you might be able to tell me something. I have not played this before, no. It looks somewhat similar visually to Call of Cthulhu, which I did play to completion, which for me is unusual. I think I put in like 18 or 20 hours into Call of Cthulhu to get it done on stream entirely.
I've heard you're the
Kind of
man
why
to
I
speak
chose
to
this one.
about
It
visions,
looked and felt kind of
outbreaks
similar.
hysteria. I'm trying to get to the bottom of it myself.
Another newcomer with another problem. Yes,
I like
know
the
what you speak
Cthulhuoid
of.
setting.
Can I ask you a few questions?
How dare
Late
you.
20s?
My son Albert is missing, and no one in this Innsmouth-ridden city will do a damn thing. But yes, let's talk about your dreams.
Wow, minor. I can try to find Albert for
Mr.
you.
Throgmorton, let me help you. I'm rather good at tracking down missing people. I'll find Albert.
What makes you think you can do it? Oakmont is not exactly friendly to new arrivals.
Let's just say I tend to see things that others miss. And anyway, what have you got to lose? Sounds like you could use every man you can get.
Vera, you have a point, newcomer.
Vera? Tell me about the
I need
case.
to know more about what happened to Albert.
Dane, did you not listen at all? I already told you everything. After leaving on the expedition, Albert was found on the shore in a lifeboat. This fisherman supposedly brought him to the house, and then left to call me. But when I arrived here, my son was nowhere to be seen.
Anything else?
Clearly, something suspicious occurred inside the house. I suggest you stop dawdling and go
Mr.
see for
Throgmorton,
yourself.
you're every bit as polite as you are good looking.
Where's the house where this all happened?
For Kay's sake, I thought you were a private eye. We're standing right in front of it.
And the lifeboat?
You mentioned a lifeboat. Is it still around?
Yes. Face the house, then to the left is a beach that borders a fence. You'll find it there.
As much as I'm enjoying the weather, Mr. Throgmorton, it's time for me to get started.
Find my son, newcomer, and be quick about it.
Wow. I'm trying to do him a solid. And what do I get from him? A great big load of crap. Well,
I've said everything I know.
okay then, I'll leave you alone. See if we can't get a look at the boat. Well, actually, I think it can wait. Let me see if I can't drop my stuff off at the hotel first. That is not a pleasant-looking thing. What is it? Yeah, I'm trying to be polite. He's supposed to have information for me that I might find useful, so asking him why he looks like a chimp was something I decided I'd probably give a skip to. I can't get through that way.
The port is closed by order of Robert Throgmorton. Back off.
I can't get to my hotel. All right. Evidently, Robert Throgmorton runs this place. But yeah, it did not elude me that he looks rather a lot like a monk. So I said face the building. Go around to the left. I don't assume that's it, but it could be. That must be the boat. Icon for the boat. The Titania lifeboat.
Where's your Oberon, huh, Titania?
Albert Throgmorton's will. I hope someone finds this. My name is Albert Throgmorton, and this is my will. I want to warn you, don't go to the depths below Oakmont. There's unreadable. We should never have done that. Everything should have remained in that cave. Professor, unreadable. I fear what will become of me. It's singing in my brain, dancing in my eyelids every time I close my eyes. Unreadable. The cycle goes on and on and on and on and on. Unreadable. In the end, it comes. I must warn everyone. I must tell my father. Unreadable. He's here.
Something with this helmet gives me chills.
It's got green
What's wrong with it?
goo on it. Evidence collected. Well, I got some XP.
Something with this helmet gives me chills. What's wrong with it?
I don't know. Something is wrong with it.
Can't catch a mackerel since those Innsmouthers took over the fishing business.
You like it here, newcomer? Well, get used to it. No one leaves Oakmont nowadays.
That's not good news. No, your place is lovely. I was thinking about moving here permanently. Maybe I shouldn't put it in exactly those words. Okay, Mind Palace. Let's see. Throgmorton, Innsmouth refused. Albert returned unstable. Casebook. Robert's request. Robert Throgmorton wants to find his son. Key to the room. Johannes Vanderberg said, I need to find a person by the name of Robert Throgmorton. Lore. Documents. Albert Throgmorton's will. Let's see what Throgmorton has to say about the will. What's here? Is that the other ship? Ship I came on, I think. I wish they give you information when you mouse over this thing. I found your son's will.
Mr. Throgmorton, I found this in the lifeboat. Looks like it's your son's will.
Give it to me. Oh, my boy, what did you get yourself into? If only I hadn't sent you on that cursed expedition.
Bye.
Don't do anything stupid, newcomer. And keep your hands where I can see them.
F to toggle flashlight. Alright. Why you got a boat in your house, dude? That's just weird. And boxes of fish. Okay. That's something a normal person would have in their house. Said nobody ever. Alright, he's cutting up his fish. Got a tentacle in his icebox. More fish in his bathtub. Boxes and boxes and boxes of fish. Fish hanging from a hook. Coral everywhere.
Let's see what you find, newcomer.
It would take tremendous effort to move this thing, let alone tossing it over like this.
So it appears that this large, heavy cabinet has been thrown and it's got some blood on it.
Hello? Hey, can you hear me?
Oh, my head. What? Who are you? Are you police? I've already told them everything.
It's okay. I'm Charles Reed, Private Eye. Mr. Throgmorton hired me to find his son.
Oh, okay. What do you want?
Tell me about yourself.
Name's Will Hammond. I'm a fisherman. We all are. Live here together. Me, poor fella Paul, Barry, and Innsmouther Lewis Flynn. We moved here after the flood. I worked on the railroad, but the rail ain't kicking anymore, so I started fishing. It was add or starve.
Tell me
I
what
want to
happened.
know what happened here. Every detail.
I don't remember much. Me, Paul, and Lewis, we were here. This is our house. Barry was outside on his business. Then he came back carrying Throgmorton's son. He was unconscious, barely breathing. Barry left again to call Mr. Robert.
Then what?
We put the guy in Lewis's room. Then he started to make these horrible sounds and, okay, my head began to burst. And he woke up. And after that, I don't remember a thing, just dreams. Drowned streets, a sleeping giant, a voice that called me.
That sounds familiar.
Who's
Who
Kay?
is this K you keep mentioning?
Outsiders, show some respect. K is our lord, our light, our love.
Sorry, I didn't know.
Where are the
Where are all
others?
the other guys?
That's Paul there on the floor. K be with him. Barry's outside with Mr. Throgmorton. Lucky rascal missed everything. And I have no idea what Lewis or Throgmorton's son got to. Starting to suspect the worst.
What happened to
Do
Paul?
you know how Paul died?
I don't know. When I pulled myself together, he was already gone. Kay, have mercy on his soul.
I'll leave you to it. Take care of yourself, Will.
Please, detective, sir, tell me the truth. Could it be me? Did I kill Paul? Or, Kay, did I kill him?
I don't know yet, Will. The police will stop anyone coming in or out of here, so I suggest you just try and get some rest.
I'm afraid of what I might dream.
Seems rational under these circumstances. Lovely place you got here, by the way. You know, except for the fact that it's a shithole. The magazine's stuck. Then what do we got over here?
Choo choo. Ahem.
Toy train. What? I just got a tiny little, very quick icon in the lower right corner of frickin' tentacles, okay? I have no idea what that was.
Choo-choo. Ahem.
Save point, I guess. I got a bottle. Well, I'll drink to that. All right, we got 2 beds here. We got guy with a big chunk of his face
I
missing.
can barely recognize the face of the poor fella. He was beaten to a pulp.
Wait, whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, I saw what looked like a ghostly spectral figure there. I'm
I
gonna
can barely
check
recognize
this guy
the
again and
face
see
of
if I
the
get
poor
that same
fella.
effect after.
He was beaten to a pulp.
Yeah, something. I'm waving around it. Specters and voices and stuff. I'm not going crazy or nothing. I'm fine. I'm fine. Totally, my vision's not suddenly messed up. Oh, wait, it is.
5 cards short of a full house.
5 cards short of a full house. A full house is 5 cards.
5 cards short of a full house.
I don't even know what that's supposed to mean.
I'm surprised they don't have someone's portrait here.
Oh, yep, I saw it again. I saw that. Well, what I saw was the indicator that I think it's the save game. Mind's Eye. Press Q to activate. Ooh, Mind's Eye. T for more information. Oh, okay. Mind's Eye. Casebook contains your main case. Evidence. Mind's Eye. Allows you to see the unseen. Use Mind's Eye whenever you see distortion in the corners of the screen or hear a ringing sound. Okay. Oh, here we'll look at him again, and we should be able to
I
use
can
our
barely
Mind's Eye.
recognize the face of the poor fella. He was beaten to a pulp.
I didn't get the visual effect this time.
I can barely recognize the face of the poor
I missed
fella.
out? No!
He was beaten to a pulp.
I saw something downstairs. I'll check on that in a sec. Ice pick or a knife?
Seems like Prohibition hasn't affected Oakmont too much.
Rotate. A somewhat fish-faced man and his
So
wife and
that's
child.
what an Innsmouther looks like.
That would be an Innsmouther, yes, that would be indeed. You're not familiar with the Shadow over Innsmouth? Basically, it's about people turning into fish-human hybrids. It's a little more complicated than that, but that's kind of the gist. Ah. They've got the sort of blurry effects in the corners. All right, there is a watch, a pocket watch there, it looks like. Ah, I hold it in place. Okay, that guy's floating above the sheets. Retrocognition. Allows you to understand events that happened in the past, inspect scenes, inspect enough evidence on the scene, and a vision will emerge. Step into it and find all the critical scenes. Mark the scenes in chronological order to gain new evidence. Wow. Thought it was tea. Oh, oh, we got something weird. Ah, okay. They are not explaining this mechanic especially well, I have to say.
Take this, ape face.
Take this, ape face. Okay, someone is messing with the kid, who presumably is ape face.
Yeah, run!
He went out through the window, seems like. Got a guy who's got a barrel over his head. Oh, he's got a broken barrel on the floor. Okay, so I can drop down safely from there. Oh, we've still got the glowy point.
What's happening?
Okay, let's see what we have here.
Okay, we'll move to here.
Ah!
Oh, we got numbers.
What's
Okay.
happening?
Two.
Take this, ape face. Yeah, run!
When Albert Throgmorton woke up, he was not himself. He attacked the fishermen, and his hysteria spread to them. When he got wounded, he fled.
Okay. My cup is empty, and we can't have that, obviously. So I'll be right back. Priorities, honey. And I am back. Combine pairs of relevant clues to get evidence and deductions. Key evidence. Frosty Welcome. House brawl. Fisherman brought unconscious Albert Throgmorton to his house and left. When Albert woke up, he caused an outburst of hysteria and attacked the rest of the fishermen. One of the fishermen shot him, and Albert fled through a hole in the wall. Will Hammond's testimony. All right. Make sure we didn't miss anything. Don't think we did. Think we got everything we needed. What did I miss here in the line? Oh, we gotta. Okay. Albert Throckmorton attacked the fishermen at their house as soon as he regained consciousness. Find clues. Lewis shot without warning. Albert returned unstable. So how about we go? Returned unstable. Spread sort of psychic hysteria around him. He attacked the fisherman. Lewis shot without warning. Albert Throgmorton was dangerous. Albert spread hysteria around him. Lewis shot without warning. Again, this mechanic is a little strange. Albert Throgmorton became aggressive. Lewis and Innsmouth immediately started shooting at him. Albert fled. Fisherman is missing. No. Anti-Throgmorton sentiment. One fisherman is missing. Albert fled when wounded. I can track down Albert. Albert and the fisherman named Lewis fled the scene after the fight in the house. I can track them using my supernatural sense. Okay. Follow the omens. Press T for more information. Mind's Eye can reveal omens that guide your way. Follow them to new evidence. All right. Again, this mechanic has not been very well explained. I will certainly say that. Maybe I need to start inside the house again. Anyway, out the back door there is. I haven't checked in here. Interesting. Okay.
Huh. This dog mat looks better than the owner's bed.
No sign of the dog, though. Some shell casings, gunpowder, a little bit of metal scrap. Hopefully I'll be able to make bullets out of that eventually. Makeshift.
The book is damp and damaged, but clearly well cared for.
Another save. Try our mystical senses again, and we'll follow a little further if we can. What was it again? Mind's Eye is Q. There we go.
There was a fierce fight here, but someone tried to flee.
Following. He's running. Jimmy. He's wounded. An empty shell casing. Another. Over here. What do those marks indicate? I got some rags and some metal scrap, but I'm not sure what I'm missing here. guy. Sharp body over there. This guy's here. Multiple shell casings. Cases, mind's eye, following the omens. Retrocognition, mark the scenes in chronological order. We're not getting an opportunity to mark the scenes in chronological order here. Didn't think we had to. Gotta say, the UI here and the mechanic for it is not. So I follow it to here. Am I missing something here? Interact. Loot object, items tab, map, pin selected evidence on the screen. There's that weird animation I keep getting.
So the fisherman pursued Albert. Even let off a few shots.
One end of it. Something unpleasant happened. Oh, that thing's unpleasant. How do I pull out a gun? Because it appears that I have to. Move character, fire weapons, aim. Fire weapon, use gadget. Items. Alright, I wasted 2 ammo.
Even though Albert was wounded, he managed to climb that high. Robert wasn't exaggerating when he said he raised him strong.
Again, the marks on the wall. Bag.
There's something in the
Pocket.
pocket.
Tore the pocket off your shirt. Lewis, please just give me one more week. I know I owe you, but I'm underwater like everyone else right now. I don't have enough stock to operate the bar smoothly with the fuzz snooping about the port. But don't worry, I've struck a nice deal with the proper people and should have a steady supply channel soon. Just one more week. I'll return everything with double interest. Peter. Some gunpowder. Oh, come on, we got a cash register. No cash? I'm not a simple thief. I'm a complicated thief. I can't open that door. Fair enough. Can't open that. Stairs down there and stairs down here. Do they go down to the same place? Let's find out. They do. More and more crates of fish. Padlocks. Press T for more information. Padlocks and weak points can be broken with a shot or melee attack. In this case, I don't have to. 2 coil springs, 2 shell casings. Missing person poster in there. That's the padlock. What was melee attack again? E.
The door won't budge.
The door won't budge. Dude, it's open. Because... whoop. What is it again? I killed that one. Got 3 rounds left. A real quick look around to see if I'm missing it. Oh, nice big hunk of dead shark. Let's who we got?
1 fatal round through the forehead. That's no accident. This was deliberate.
And that's his son, because it's monkey face. Mind Palace. Again, it's Q? No, it's up here. Bar owner is indebted to Lewis. That's up there. Bar owner's indebted to Lewis. Lewis pursued Albert. Albert fled when wounded. Lewis may have wanted Albert dead. Lewis may have wanted to kill Albert outright because he was a Throgmorton rather than just drive him off. Albert was murdered. Lewis left the crime scene? No. Okay, neither of those. Lewis may be at the bar. In the case book, we've got more stuff. Lewis may be at the bar. Albert was murdered.
One fatal round through the forehead. That's no accident. This was deliberate.
Yeah, maybe. But that's all he was meat. Got nothing in here. Don't think Dad's going to be too happy with the fact that Sonny Boy is hanging by a hook. Anything else over here at all? Looks like it. Hey, Canucket, how you doing tonight? I got bad news for Senior. Your son was murdered.
Mr. Throgmorton, I'm afraid I have bad news.
Oh no.
Yeah. I found your son in the basement of a nearby warehouse. I'm sorry, but he was murdered. Shot in the head and the body hidden.
No. It cannot be true. No, no, no. I don't believe it. No.
My condolences, Mr. Throckmorton. I had hoped for a happier outcome.
Your condolences will not bring him back. So much of our blood spilt for nothing. So much effort in vain. My poor Albert. Tell me you know who did it. I want to look him in the eyes, make him beg for mercy.
Seems like he was a fisherman by the name of Lewis. He had a gun and pursued Albert after he fled the house.
Lewis it is, then. What do you know of him?
Turns out you were right. He's an Innsmouther.
Those filthy scum have done it now. When I'm through with them, they will rue the day they dared lay a finger on a Throgmorton. Bring me that dirtbag, Lewis. He and I are due a reckoning. Do this for me, and I'll help you with anything you need.
Where's the inn? There's the inn. Where's the bar? Let's see. Mind Palace. Casebook. Lewis, the Innsmouther that killed Albert, is maybe hiding in the bar in Oakport. They gonna let me through now? I don't know what those things are, but they're creepy. Oakmont Port. Where the hell's Oakmont Port? None of these are labeled as Oakmont Port. Wish we had more information on what these icons were. I wish they allowed for a mouse over to just basically give you the basic information of what it is. So, I'm assuming then that this is the place I've been through here, right? That's the... I guess those mean that that is something that has been completely ferreted out. What's the green one? Is something in here?
Something with this helmet gives me chills. What's wrong with it? Something with this helmet
Right, that is all
gives me chills.
Has.
What's wrong with it?
There's a green. There's something here.
Where's your Oberon, huh, Titania?
No, it's right. I don't see.
Where's your Oberon, huh, Titania?
I'm not getting anything else popping up here except for the helmet. So I don't know what the green icon means. My assumption was that it was meant that there was something still going on with it. something to still do here, but it doesn't seem to be. The yellow was the location that I was completely finished with. See, it says all lifeboat collected. So maybe green means it's completely done, and the other two mean I missed something. I'll go back into the house and see if I missed anything.
What's your problem?
Maybe I missed something in here.
Huh. This dog mat looks better than the owner's bed.
Where's the dog, man? There's the dog. There. Shell casings, gunpowder, and metal scrap. I thought I'd got exactly that stuff earlier. Can you multiply loot the same location? That's, I would say.
The book is damp and damaged, but clearly well cared for.
Nothing. Bathtub full of chummed up fish. Lovely. Always lovely.
Let's see what you find,
It would take
newcomer.
tremendous effort to move this thing, let alone tossing it over like this. Choo-choo. Ahem.
Alcohol. Yeah, it does look like I can loot twice from locations. That's an interesting design choice.
I can barely recognize the face of the poor fella. He was beaten to a pulp.
My head! I still hear those voices.
I was thinking maybe I could tell him that he hadn't killed the guy, but seems like that's the case.
Five cards short of a full house.
Whatever the hell that means.
So that's what an Innsmouther looks like. Seems like Prohibition hasn't affected Oakmont too much.
I missed something on the knife? I did.
Never seen knives like this before. Masterful work.
Okay, there's all evidence collected. That's what I missed. All right. And then we've got something else to find. Yep, that's what it means. So I missed something, I think, out on the boat, too. So the green means you've found everything. Oh, photograph. Photo of a trophy plate. All evidence collected. Very nice for me on that one. Alright, we're getting the hang of it now. They could have done a better job in communicating. I'm going to say that. Under the keel bar. Well, I'll check for that in a minute. We've still got a place to look for. And over here. There's something in here. Can't say that's overly surprising. Cash register. More gunpowder. Can't get through there. Lots of fish. More coil springs and shell casings.
One fatal round through the forehead. That's no accident. This was deliberate.
Did I miss something in here then? Didn't look around much.
One fatal round through the forehead. That's no accident. This was deliberate.
Well, I missed something in here. But it's not cleaned up yet. Key evidence collected, but not all evidence. More metal scrap. The outside. Got a guy. Let's go. No, he's just chopping up fish endlessly. What was that? Huh. I'm missing something. I need to AFK just a sec. I will be right back. I can't find what I'm missing here, so we're going to try to find the bar. This just leads out onto the pier. Lovely place they've got here, by the way. Just gotta say that. Really, really nice. Right, under the keel bar and the exit. And this should be the guy chopping fish, right? Yeah, but there's another person out there. They weren't there before. Just a fisherman, I guess. There's the exit, still guarded by the police. Under the Keel Bar.
Oh, yeah. Hey, got a spare bullet, fella?
Spare bullet?
I ain't eaten in days.
Where's Lewis? Under the Keel Bar. That doesn't look like Lewis, or does that? Looks like Madam something or other. Local, That's not Lewis. That doesn't look like somebody with the Innsmouth look. I don't want to go opening the doors without checking with the bartender first.
Welcome to Under the Keel. What do you want?
I'm looking for a man by the name of Lewis Flynn. Any chance he's here?
Yeah. Even if I knew, I don't rat to newcomers.
As it happens, I know you owe a debt to Mr. Flynn. Trouble is, I found your note near the dead body of Albert Throgmorton, son of Robert. So, it seems Lewis is in trouble. Might have even come here to hide. But you hand him over and he won't be back to collect what you owe. Get me?
Throck. That would explain the blood. Fine. If it gets me out of this mess, you can have him.
So?
He's upstairs. Here's the key. You gotta promise to deal with him, once and for all. But save the shooting for outside, huh?
Smart man. There's your good deed for the day.
Hey, I've also seen some unsettling creatures.
I've seen some unsettling creatures around. Like nothing I've ever encountered. What are they?
So you met a wild beast, newcomer. No one knows what they are, but consider yourself lucky to still be in one piece. They arrived in the flood. Some say they come from the sea. Others that they are Kay's punishment for us.
And what do you say?
If it bleeds, you can kill it. Keep your gun handy. And if you want to erase the memory, I sell a perfect cure right here.
Amen, brother.
Remember, better to be a coward and live than brave and dead. Unless you're a newcomer.
Bye.
Bye. I have the bartender's key. What do you think? Is Lewis going to make a fuss?
Hey, who are you? What are you doing?
Charles Reed, private investigator. Mr. Throgmorton hired me to find his son Albert, so I think you know why I'm here.
Throg. That darn bartender. It was all that crazy ape's fault. You hear me?
Calm down. I only want to speak, for now. But no, if you reach for your gun, you'll hit the floor faster than you can say poetic justice.
I got nothing to hide.
Start at the beginning. What happened?
We were in our house, me, Paul, and Will. Barry'd gone to the sea. Though I told him that it would only bring bad luck. If he'd listened to me, we'd all still be alive.
Come on, Lewis. Focus.
Right. Well, Barry dragged that damn ape to our house. He was bragging about how much Mr. Throgmorton would give us for saving his son. But that ape, he was out cold. Then woke in an instant and started screaming, attacking us. After that, can't remember a thing.
You shot to kill. No warning, no second chances. You pursued Albert even after he fled. Why?
I can't remember it. When he woke, it was like a bloody mist descended over me. First thing I recall after is that darn warehouse and me covered in blood. I had no idea what happened, though. I suspected it had something to do with that ape. Turns out I was right.
Why do your people hate the Throgmortons?
I hear there's a bit of a feud between the Innsmouthers and the Throgmortons. Care to fill me in?
Those apes hated us from the moment we arrived in Oakmont. Our home was destroyed. We just needed a place to stay. The Blackwood Grand family sheltered us, but others were not as hospitable. We needed jobs, food, and medicine. The city denied it all.
And so?
We had to fight for every crumb of bread.
And
those Throgmortons in their high castle only made our life harder. Always conspiring behind our backs.
Well, it's the Innsmouth look. And,
always setting people against us.
I'm familiar with the Innsmouth look.
I'd love to see them suffer like we suffered.
What's a grand family?
You mentioned it.
I'm trying to be professional as the PI. So I didn't ask why the ape-face guy looked like he had an ape face. I'm not going to ask why the fish-face guy has got a fish face.
A newcomer with a gun. Answer the question.
Okay. People here are crazy about bloodlines and tradition and reputation. The head honchos of Oakmont are called the Grand Families. There's the Carpenters, who control most of the city's underworld, the Blackwoods, who share kin with Innsmouthers through the Marsh family.
And let me guess, the Throgmortons.
Right, those filthy apes. Now that most of the Blackwoods are gone, there's nobody left to protect us Innsmouthers.
Your actions looked deliberate.
The things you did to Albert don't look like a bloody rage. A fatal shot to the head, a hidden body.
Hung up on a hook. Hung up on a hook.
Deliberate.
I don't know what to say. I wasn't myself.
I think I've got all I need.
Please, Mr. Reed, don't tell Throgmorton about me. I know I'm in no position to ask. I didn't want to do whatever it is I did. Honest, have mercy, please. I have a family. Without me, they'll starve.
This is not exactly cut and dry. I need some time to think.
Perhaps I can offer something to grease your grinds. I still have
that sounds a little dirty.
On me.
Well, I can presumably can still turn him in even after he gives me some bullets. Evidently, bullets is a currency here.
It turns out I arrived here unprepared for business. You give me a little something to get started, and my lips are sealed.
I knew you'd understand. Here you are, Mr. Reed.
438 pistol rounds, XP, and Lewis Flynn's testimony. Back to the Mind Palace. If I could conceivably remember when. That's right, back to here. There we go. Lewis was affected by hysteria, and Albert was murdered. Lewis was mentally affected, couldn't control his actions. Oh, this is sort of, what is it, the Wall of Crazy? We're putting all these notes and pictures and stuff up on the wall and tying them together with threads. Lewis was under mental influence. Lewis killed Albert Throgmorton while under some sort of mental influence. He couldn't control his actions and thus can't be blamed for Albert's death. I could try and cover for him, or else Robert Throgmorton will have his head. Casebook. Lewis Flynn's testimony. Lore in the city. Photo of a trophy plate with a strange fish. Looks very lifelike. Ugh. Got anything else in here I can steal? I mean, liberate? Feel a sneeze coming on. I felt correctly. I did have a sneeze coming on. he's just some drunk. To his good health.
Come closer, troubled soul. Let me tell you what your future holds.
You're some kind of, fortune teller?
Yes, my dear, yes. Oh, it's so clear. Your path holds many surprises, newcomer.
Do tell.
Really? Like what?
Not so fast, newcomer. I see many things. For a small
Give me a
fee,
taste
I'll tell
first
you
of the
some
many
of them.
things.
All right, how much? $1?
Your money has no value here, newcomer. After the flood, Oakmonters deal in the practical. Booze, smokes, and bullets. And I'll make it easier for you. I don't smoke.
Well, I'm going to give her a bullet. I've got alcohol. I've got
Some
2
other
bottles
time.
of alcohol.
Maybe.
As you wish.
Can't afford the bullets. I've got a grand total of like 7. Wow, this place is just booming. 2 coil springs, a couple of shell casings. At some point I'll learn how to craft. I'll make myself up some bullets. Won't that be grand? Well, I did get all the information I could out of there. I'm still missing some information from that one location. Damn it! It's bugging me. So I'm going to try one more time. Well, more alcohol and metal scrap. The infinitely regenerating goodies. Alright, nothing back there. It's worth looking. Unless I've managed to get myself stuck, which is possible. No, there. Alright, well, I can't bang that one open as it looks like it's made out of metal or something. Oh, hey, look! More gunpowder and more alcohol. Just keep leaving places and going into them and I'll be rich. Wait,
The The
I
blood
missed
is
that.
fresh.
Whoever it belongs
Whoever
to
it
could not have
belongs
gone
to could
far.
not have got far.
More XP. And that's all the evidence. That's the one last piece of... Aha! I found all the evidence. I can get on with my life. Alright, Mr. Throgmorton. Hey, Chipface. The murderer is at the bar. Now, Vorp, that's kind of mean. The murderer's at
Just
the
as
bar.
I suspected, the Innsmouther Lewis is responsible for your son's murder. He's hiding at the local bar. Just ask the bartender. Seems like he had a bone to pick with your family, and took it out on Albert.
Oh, that scum won't be getting off easy. The whole city shall see what happens when you cross the Throgmortons. Justice bittersweet.
Well, he
as
didn't
it
really
is.
cross the Throgmortons. He
Shall we
shot one of
say,
them right about here.
It's rare for a newcomer to make himself so useful. Thank you.
Mr. Throgmorton, I hate to press you, but do you think you could help me now?
Yes, you've earned it. Kay, to think a newcomer barely off the boat solves a crime the police couldn't, but I digress.
Yeah,
Remind me,
it's got to be surprising to
what
you.
brought
Like,
you to Oakmont?
you're a monkey's uncle. I'm investigating cases of insanity.
I'm looking into an outbreak of erratic behavior and madness, all linked to shared visions of this place.
Indeed. Then our goals align. This inexplicable hysteria has spread through Oakmont after the flood. I funded an expedition to explore recent geological activity that may be responsible.
Why a geological
Geological expedition? I'm not sure I follow.
I have reason to believe the flood and this madness have the same source. As above, so below. So I sent men to find out.
Any discoveries
Has
so
your
far?
expedition found anything?
I do not know. Albert was part of it. His passing cannot be coincidence. Why was he alone at the port? And where are the others?
Murder and the expedition
Do you
are
think
linked?
your son was killed because the expedition uncovered something?
Is it so hard to believe? I had no news for a week, then Albert, the only one I could trust, comes ashore and is killed.
It does sound suspicious.
Mr. Reed, I want you to find out what's going on. I expect you're as interested in the expedition's results as I am.
Tell me more about the expedition.
If I'm going to look into this, I'll need to know more. Where should I start?
I'll give you the address of the expedition's headquarters and a key.
That's all you can tell me?
Let me be clear, Reed. You do not speak to me like that again.
I'm sorry, Mr. Throgmorton. I just meant the more I know, the better.
I am a busy man. I funded the research, but left all preparations to Professor Doe and...
Professor Doe?
Albert. When you finished, come
Is
see
he a
me at the
deer? We've got a
Throgmorton
monkey and a
Family
fish.
Manor.
We might have a deer.
It's in
Dr.
Oak
Doe
Grove.
would be a deer.
Here, I'll show
Probably a
you.
female deer. Let's talk.
What about my expenses?
They will be reimbursed after you complete your task. And of course, you've earned some compensation for your work here at the port. I'll also include a fair advance in bullets.
Bullets?
The dollar lost its use here, Mr. Reed. After the flood, Oakmont returned to bartering. Bullets mean more than bills.
40 cartridges, a bunch of other stuff. Hook, line, and sinker. Achievement complete. Case complete. The case lost at sea. A case book. I've completed the Frosty Welcome. Excellent. Now I'm lost at sea. I have the key to the headquarters, the expedition headquarters. It's in northern Coverside. And the Lost Expedition. Okay. Presumably, I can now get past the police and into the city proper. That's the headquarters. Where's my hotel room? Danger, mystery. Lost Expedition. But I'm supposed to have... Oh. It's right here? Doesn't look like it's right here. Located in northern Coverside. Up there, okay. Oh, the key, I guess, because I've got the key already. don't understand why it's putting those where I am. Is that the inn? I think that must be the inn. The police are gone. We can get out of the first area. Somebody's going to be cooking dinner. I'm going to guess it's probably going to be fish. Is that a train car on its side? This place is not in the best of shape, I gotta say. You know? Boom. Thank you, Lord. Okay, I've moved into the second area. Dun, dun, dun. Headache. Brain freeze. I shouldn't have had that Slurpee. Oh my god. Well, one of me kept walking and one of me fell to the ground. I'm not sure what that means. It's windy. A can. Oh, that's... sandworm! Shai Halud! Sorry. Fast travel can be performed between phone booths. Stuck in your investigation, check the Mind Palace for clues and deductions. Exactly. Yeah, I was worried about my hat. I really was.
Crew of the Cyclops. Semper Fortis, brothers.
My diary, part 1. I don't know what exactly sank the USS Cyclops. I only remember the screams and the metal creaking. Water filling the deck and my headache, the worst I've ever had. I found myself among the floating seaweed, drowning. A nearby piece of a boat helped me survive and reach the shore of a small island. They found me on it, later starving, half mad, babbling about the ancient ruins and their denizens. The officials said none of what I thought I'd seen was real. But my memories are true. My strange powers gained after that ordeal prove it. I found something horrible on that island. Something old and dark and slithering, and it still haunts me. Oh, the window's closed. Why is the curtain blowing like that? Must be a really bad leak. All that we see or seem is just a dream within a dream. USN Charles W. Reed, 3/21/17, 10/9/94. I assume that's birth date and induction date. Possibly death date, but that would be a little bit dark. Laudanum. I thought it might be laudanum I was looking to chug-a-lug when I was waking up from my dreams. If you're not familiar with laudanum, it's a tincture of opium. Basically, it's liquid heroin, more or less.
No matter how much of this I chug down, the visions always return.
I've got a wardrobe. Okay, I need to refill my cup, and we'll come back and... Oh, I don't have all kinds of... Oh, I hope I at least can look at the other birds. I want to see what I could be wearing in the future. Be right back. M again. Alright, so I'm currently dressed as a newcomer. I like the wind coat. Gangster. Okay, so the gangster gets a pinstripe suit. King's robes. Interesting. Daywear. Man of science. Fisherman. Police envoy. Plague doctor. Now we're talking. Master sleuth. Occult. Cultist. That hat is just the bee's knees. Oh, that's in the DLC though. Yeah, that one's only available in the in every game. And Vishanka is help a real estate agent in the open house case. Yeah, the cultist is the way to go. Definitely. That hat is pure winning. Body tattoos. What I'm going to go out on a limb and say is a human flesh apron. Go out on a limb. Raids on Innsmouthers. The number of attacks on the Innsmouth immigrants has increased. Raids are intensifying with more and more Innsmouthers exposed to abuse and assault. Sometimes whole families are found dead in their houses. Police are on the case with several illegal Innsmouther businesses captured and all their owners sent to jail. The city ought to have been cleaned of these fish-faced scum long ago, said Robert Throgmorton, monkey face, head of the Throgmorton Grand family. I regret only one thing, it all started too late. Had we not neglected our civic duties, my son Albert would still be here with us. Wow, it's the worst toilet in Scotland. That's a movie reference. Mr. Reed, it seems you overexerted yourself while conducting the investigation for Mr. Throgmorton. Forgive me for the audacity, but I brought you to the Devil's Reef while you were unconscious. Please, take more care of yourself in the future. I won't be here for you, but there for you every time. Note from Vanderberg. Why is that tatty ratty drape blowing when there's no wind? Why does it look like there's a body on the floor? Is it just me, or does that look like there's a body on the floor with a sheet over it? And I can't even investigate. Okay. We're out. All right. Charles W. Reed, private detective. Wow. That's pretty good service, though. They put up a sign for me, and I've only been here
Makes
a day.
this place feel more like home.
Oh, maybe I put it up myself.
I miss Boston already.
Yeah, I probably put it up myself. Keep it down. Mr. Archer, I've seen you dragging things into your room. Mind the floors. I'll make you pay for any scratches you leave. Your landlord. That was pinned to the wall by a knife. Another floor upstairs. I'm just checking out the place. I'm not going to start trying to go into people's rooms or anything. That would be wrong.
Finally, you're awake.
Oh, another Innsmouth.
Gotta tell you, though, mister, you want to stay on here, you stop making all that noise.
What noise?
Noise? What noise are you talking about?
I expect my guests to be respectable. Moans, chanting, all that kind of thing. It stops, all right?
Got any proof it was me? It could have been one of my neighbors. I slept like a rock. I didn't hear a thing.
That's exactly what a newcomer would say. Your neighbors are respectable people and would never do such a thing. Don't think you're.
Then why did you nail up a note on one of them telling you to keep it
everything.
down?
You're not exactly friendly with your guests. Aren't we the ones keeping you in business?
All these newcomers after the flood, they're stark raving mad.
What do you mean?
You can't imagine the crazy notes and books I find after they move out. Only thing they're good for is lighting the kitchen stove.
Can I have a look?
I knew it. I tell you, no one sane would be interested. And you want to take a look? Well, fine. Take what you wish.
Thanks. Pack of notes, lullaby crossword, Innsmither's notes, terrible fetus. Terrible fetus? Disgusting exaltation, mirrors, lone child. Casebook. Side cases, letters from Oakmont. Pack of notes, hotel owner allowed me to look through the weird notes found in the rooms of the disappeared newcomers. Among them I find several pages from the diary of a man describing his life in Oakmont. He suffered from visions and marked the places where they happened. Is he trying to avoid them? Forlorn woman, this city, no matter how badly the flood damaged it, has an unnatural appeal. I can't stop myself from walking, even if it means being struck by further visions. I went to the eastern part of the Salvation Harbor, near the crossing of Fitz O'Callahan Street and Old Church Road. It came. The feeling of loneliness and fear was immense. I was a woman locked in a room, infected and slowly rotting. My body turned into something. It itched badly in my face. I had to hold the skin with both hands to prevent it from growing until I suffocated. I ended up sitting on the road crying until some Innsmither kicked me and ordered me away. Lone child, the visions are testing me, playing with my mind. My old forgotten fears come to life. When I was small, I was afraid to stay alone. I thought my parents would leave and never come back. Today I went to the eastern streets of Coverside, and the visions came on the corner of St. Elmo and Lane and Kingsport Street. I felt I was alone, forgotten in a locked room, hungry and frightened. It was so scary to stay inside, but everything was much worse behind the door. Something scratched in the corridor, and there were terrifying screams from outside. I could not run, could not hide. I just waited for Mom to return. I'm going to read one more. I'm afraid someone stalks me. It started when I visited Western Advent and had a vision at the intersection of Purity Road and Oak Street. I saw mirrors full of reflections and someone trapped, trying in vain to escape. His expression of fear and panic shook me deeply. After that, a very tall and skinny man started following me in the distance. What troubles me is that I see him in the reflection, but have never caught a straight view of this stalker. I'm sure the police will mock me if I come asking for protection. Seems it's time to buy a good, trustworthy gun and start to practice. Lord. Raids on Innsmithers. Arguments. Keep it down. Mr. Archer, right. Note from J. Vanderberg, right. And my diary, all right. We'll get back to casebook later. Lovely place you've got here, friend. My dear nephew, my dear Victor, how's Oakmont treating you? Should you require my support, any support, the Blackwoods will be happy to help you. I've arranged for that. Regarding your question, I don't know where Robert went, sadly, only that he did not stay in Innsmouth. Perhaps there is hope he didn't perish in that cursed raid. Take good care of the hotel, please. Plenty of our relatives are still interested in the property, but you're still my favorite nephew. I know the Devil's Reef is in good hands. Kind regards, Aunt Portia. Don't worry, I'm just, just browsing, making sure everything's all right back here. Wouldn't want anything to go wrong, Nice that they don't mind me checking around through all their shit. Really thoughtful. Boxes, lots and lots of cans, kegs. A couple more shell casings. Walter, Kay, help you if I hear you're peddling your cheap, affordable living again. I could live with you renting out beast-ridden flop houses, but you're cutting into my profit. Don't make that mistake. I know you're on the fish market, and I have dangerous people living there I can send after you. You've been warned. Vic. Vic sounds like a caring human being. Worried about the well-being of others. Admirable, I think. Note about the hobo signs. Darren, I think I'm finally starting to figure this out. Locals use signs to mark special places that you know already. Kind of like the secret signs hobos use all over the country. What I learned is that the tradition dates back to times well before the flood. I've been able to find out the meaning of some of them. You've seen the crooked H-shaped sign on doors around town. I have. That means the house is inhabited. The crosshatch grid sign marks hidden caches of useful items. Okay. The V-shaped sign is for barricaded, dangerous places. Good catch there, they say. Still haven't figured out the spiral-shaped sign, though. You'll have to investigate for yourself. And if you see a sign with a cross and 3 Ks, reach for a gun. All right. Well, how about we go out the door? New fast travel point, Devil's Reef. There's the Crooked H. The Devil's Reef Hotel. It's a lovely place, really. Get that. Oh, wait. All right, here we are at the Devil's Reef. I was right that was the icon for the inn. Good, good. Not entirely lost. Presumably that's the police station. Newspaper. Hospital. Another medical facility, perhaps. Courthouse. Library. City Hall, maybe? Or a church? Maybe a church. I don't know what that icon means. But it seems to mean that that's the place where you can access the map. There's my boat that I can use to get around town. Round, get around town. Men's finest clothing. Suits and top coats. A car that looks like it hasn't been driven in 40 years. An infested area. I don't think I want to go into an infested area. Oh, do we have a boat at either end? It looks like we do have a boat at either end. Yeah, we do. Okay, so in essence, it allows us to get around. Now, that must be the infected area icon. Again, I really wish they had mouse over captions for this. Lore. We got more lore. Documents to my dear nephew. That's Victor. To Walter. From Vic. Oh, so Victor, I think, is the guy back in the hotel. And then Vic is telling Walter to stop selling flop houses and undercutting him. The hobo signs. The crooked H is that the house is inhabited. I want to make sure that that was indeed Vic. Devil's Reef Hotel. Oh, that guy wasn't there before.
I'm watching you, newcomer.
Yeah, what's your name? That's what I'm trying to get his freaking name. This guy's got nothing to say to me. Well, how about 3 more letters from Oakmont? No matter how different my visions may be, they're always so frightening. Today it was man. He left a house in southern Old Grove on Warwick Street. Somewhere between Seaside and Hillside Streets, our eyes met, and I immediately felt the burning exaltation, the wild torrent of emotions. I saw him among the monstrosities, touching, embracing, kissing. Eee. The vision was so intense, I bent in two and threw up all my breakfast. He walked past, saying something like cursed newcomers, and I prayed he wouldn't stop to help. Even now, when I close my eyes, I see the creatures around this man. That's not right. Call of the ocean. Tonight, the air forced me to leave the hotel. The putrid smell of rotting seaweed and fish made it hard to breathe. I remember a huge apple tree and thought it might be next or there. Moreover, I was afraid that the hotel owner would see my seizures. The visions occurred when I was a few blocks from the apple tree, walking East Brown Street in Central Shells. I felt like I was drowning. I ran forward, and when I passed the street of St. Michael's Church, I felt the water surrounding me, pressing, calling. I needed all my will to fight the desire to go to the mare and sink into its depths. Pack of notes. Okay, this is... The owner allowed me to look through the weird notes. Yeah. I was walking the Lambert Street in Eastern Reed Heights when it happened again. Not just a vision, but a noise. Hissing radio static growing louder and louder. Voices from afar were lost in it, crying desperately. I tried not to show how bad it was. I was afraid to reveal it to the locals. The images came after I passed Bullock Street towards Heelog Street. The hissing flooded my mind, and I saw a man surrounded by radios talking to him. He was dying, I felt it. And when it happened, the visions were gone. These all have icons, which is like the quest icon. Now let's see. Let's go the other way. Oh, this is east. I used to think I wanted to actually go west. Yeah, I'm gonna go west. Yep, you can see that indeed the water levels have been rising. Old Church Road right here. Tower Light. I don't know what that is. Looks like it ought to be a church or something. It is. Yeah, I want to check with the police, I think. If I can get through. I don't know if I can get through here or not. It's like not. It doesn't show anything about it being blocked off, but it sure does seem like it. Got the newspaper over here. We can check with that. Orchard, Lincoln, and Howard. Oakmont Chronicle. And you shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. Chronicle.
The old papers are by the door. Take them and stop bothering me already.
I think you've got me confused with someone else.
Aren't you a newcomer?
Help me out here. What's the connection between newcomers and old newspapers?
It's cold sleeping in the street, and they come to collect the old newspapers for warmth.
Yeah, I guess I am a newcomer. Charles Reed, private investigator.
Charlie.
And I also need your old newspapers, the archive, to be exact.
Ah, so you're the one who cracked the Albert Throgmorton murder case.
That's it.
Nice work. I'm Helen Bland. Say, can you do me a favor?
Depends on the favor.
Give me an exclusive interview. You won't regret it. The Oakmont Chronicle is the best newspaper for miles around.
It's the only newspaper for
All right,
miles around.
I'll be sure to make some time for you, Miss Bland. See you later.
All right, well, she wants to give me an interview, or wants to interview me. Wow, choose evidence, pack of notes. The hotel owner allowed me to look through, okay. Newspaper. Okay, here's another one I hadn't read. Lullaby Crossroad. Today I fell asleep on the street. I'm sure it's connected with my vision somehow, because I felt the same nausea and headache before they strike. It happened in Coverside near the corner of Tanner Street and Old Church Street. I felt dizzy and my mouth was full of bittersweet taste. Saw a woman with kind eyes giving me a drink, whispering something. Immediately after that I fell asleep and spent nearly half the day laying in the dirt like a hobo. It's a miracle nobody stole anything from me. Alright, we've got people, we've got sections, district, people. Wow, okay, period. After the flood. Select 3 search criteria. Oh, okay. People, officials, section, front page. No information. Weird. Okay, that's a weird search mechanic that they've got, but all right. Section, current events. Articles and interviews. Nothing. Advertisements? Nothing. Okay, I can't seem to find anything. Let's try... How about that? No information. Wow, I can't find nothing. Okay, well, at least now I know how we search for stuff, even though I don't have anything specific to search for. Don't worry, I'm just going through all your stuff. You know, the way one does. Go through all the stuff. Every time you're in a room, just like in the real world, I go through everything looking for stuff I can steal. Is that bad? Gunpowder, 5 cartridges, 5 rifle cartridges. All right. I like a well-armed press. They don't seem to mind me going through all their shit, so, you know. If they don't mind, why should I mind? Oh, I've got a 3rd floor. The printing machines are up on the 3rd floor? Whoop, I don't want to fall through. You'd think you would have that stuff like in a basement or something with a concrete floor, not sitting up on top of a couple of other floors. Some more shell casings. just my way, you know. You've got an opportunity to go around and just robbing them blind, and you'd be silly not to take advantage of that. And they're not big on lavatory sanitation here in this town. Maybe we can get to the police from here. That's a fish-faced guy walking around with a tree branch that looks like it's got tentacles, and he's tattooed all over. Yeah, I can't imagine why they're not welcomed in the community. Really, it's such a dignified and welcoming look that individual has. Sort of.
Please help a fella out. I'll take anything you got. Please help a fella out.
I would if I could, but I don't have an option to. Boots and shoes. Coverside West. Oakmont Police Department. OPD.
Hello, officer.
Well, look who finally decided to show up. If it ain't Charles Reed, the genius that cracked the case of Albert Throgmorton. Captain Caleb Lyons at your service. What can we simpletons do to assist you, Mr. Holmes?
Stop copping the attitude.
Do you and I have a problem, officer?
No. Aside from making everyone in the Oakmont Police Department look like idiots, let me be frank, newcomer. You ain't welcome. You slip up, don't cross a T or dot an I, and I'll treat you like every other criminal here.
Okay. Well, can I use the police archive in the meantime?
I bet the answer's going to be no.
You can, but only because of Mr. Throgmorton's patronage. And heed me well, you're on mighty thin ice, and I'll be under it when it breaks.
That means you're under the water, officer. You realize that, right? Police department's best and brightest. Captain Lyons. Here we got some cells. Here's the archives. Not much here. Okay. Police archives, same thing. Crimes. Let's look up some complaints. Subjects. Witnesses. Evidence. District. Oh, we're in Coverside, so... I still haven't found anything through these search mechanics, but I don't have anything really to search for yet. A few things left here in the case book. I'm afraid of the bathroom and kitchen sink. Each time I want to wash my hands, I tremble in fear. What if they'll talk to me? This began after a vision in Western Reed Heights near the crossing of Eben, Ward, and Baker Streets. I saw a man naked and covered in blood in a room without doors or windows. Surrounded by dark holes of the pipes, he was cutting himself, piece by piece, feeding those copper mouths. They were whispering with voices so sweet and promising, but full of hunger and hatred. How could he believe them? Could he even escape? Had they noticed me? From behind, I can't help but turn around at any noise after what I saw yesterday. I walked down the Murdoch Avenue in Western Advent, and near Oak Street I was hit with an excruciating migraine. My nose started to bleed and the visions came. I saw one man writing a letter and another about to strike him from behind somehow. I was both the spectator and the sitting man, but no matter how I cried out, no warnings. How I cried out, warnings, or tried to move, it didn't matter. It seems I lost consciousness when the killer hit the man's head, and it took me several hours to get back to the hotel after. After this vision, I shake with fear at the sound of a child's cry. It happened in Western Reed Heights on Washington Street. I passed Eben Street and was heading towards Oak Street, but saw it. The thing was running so fast I didn't even understand what it was. It jumped me from the window, and the vision struck me immediately. I saw a man, a doctor, hiding in a room, writing something with a shaking hand, something like a last will. And then I saw the thing stalking him, a fetus on thin, pointy legs with a little face full of evil and hatred. It's shrieking. I can't forget it. That was a lovely dream right there. Innsmouthers notes. The local Innsmouthers scare me a lot. I've never seen a place with so many ill people. Their faces pursue me, even in visions. Recently, I was in the northern part of Grimhaven Bay, walking down Whisper Street, barely made it to Hubert Avenue when the visions came. I stood among many Innsmouthers, disguised as one of them, and listened. Their leader read a story of a captain participating in pagan rites, copulating with savage witches, and beasts bringing sacrifices. I still remember his name, Obed. Today I fell asleep on the street. I'm sure it's... Okay, that's one I already read. So I think what I'll have to do at some point anyway. I have one knowledge point. Ooh. Didn't notify me I had a knowledge point. Vigor. Mind. I can carry up to 25 pieces of any crafting material, or I earn more experience and stay sane for slightly longer. Well, earning more experience, getting that early makes sense. I now have no experience points. Everyone seems to be walking in the same direction. Okay, not going in. I have to say they've got a fence up. The other side just had the sort of a big drop off. Automatic telephone, long distance service. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the hotel.
Extra, extra. All the news.
And call it an evening. I think what I'll have to do is look through those notes and go to one of those places where he describes where he saw a vision. Shouldn't my boat be here? Why isn't my boat there? Where did my boat go? Okay. Boat is back there. Gotta say, the gameplay itself is not very well constructed. Jeez. You just shot that person, officer, and walked away. Okay. I'm sure it was a totally justified killing. I suppose there's a boat waiting for me here, is there? There is. Street sweeper or just a guy doing his civic duty? I don't know. So I think I'm going to leave it here. I may do a little reading and seeing what kind of things I might be missing mechanically. My assumption is I have to start trying to follow those visions that the people saw in the streets, using my special magic powers. But I think that's going to do it for tonight. So I'll probably be back tomorrow, although maybe not until the day after, depending on how much I drink tonight and how I feel tomorrow. But I want to thank you guys for hanging out. So far, it's mildly interesting. It hasn't really grabbed me yet. Call of Cthulhu was much faster at grabbing my attention. So maybe this one's just a bit of a slow burn. But I do have a nice jacket. Although, man, I would look so much better in the cultist outfit, you know? Wearing a human skin apron and what looks like a squid hat. That would just be jamming. But I'm going to call it here for the evening. I want to thank you guys for hanging out. I appreciate it. Hopefully you will catch me soon. Should be back tomorrow or the next day at the regular time of 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. I hope the rest of your evening goes great. I hope the rest of your week does too. I'll be back soon. Have a great night tonight. Take care, and ciao for now. Night, guys.